Hello and welcome back to CEO.CA's Inside the Boardroom. My name is James Fatham and today I'm joined by Greg McKenzie, President, CEO and Director of Silverstorm Mining. Greg, it's great to see you today.
Morning, James. Nice to be with you.
So let's kick things off with a bit of backstory. You took over the company 4 years ago. Can you tell us what attracted you to Silverstorm and how has that 4-year period been?
Excellent. We took over the company as a exploration asset only, San Diego in 2020, about mid-year. And what they had was a 210 plus million ounce silver equivalent resource. And we took the view that silver was going to go on a secular run. And it made a lot of sense to get involved with a big exploration project. We look at it as the third largest undeveloped silver resource in Mexico and growing.
Okay, fantastic. And then, obviously the San Diego project and the La Parrilla project in Durango, the two key assets in the portfolio. Let's talk a little bit about La Parrilla project on care and maintenance since 2019, a past producing mine. Tell us a bit more about this asset.
So we did an acquisition from First Majestic Silver. We closed it in August of 2023. And that's the La Parrilla mine. It was their very first mine that they had put into production in Mexico, and they operated it for almost 15 years, put it on care and maintenance due to low silver prices in 2019. And we closed the deal last year, and we've been drilling it since with a view to putting it back into production next year.
Okay, great. And obviously, being a past producing mine until very recently, can you give us a sense of the infrastructure that's on site there, and I guess also the costs required to get that infrastructure operational again?
Right. So First Majestic, when they put it on care and maintenance, had a 2,000 ton per day plant, 1,000 ton per day on a sulfide circuit, and 1,000 ton per day on the oxide circuit with a dory bar back end. Everything is in place. We'll need a bit of a top up on the rolling stock. And there's a little bit of minor rehab on the plant, some wiring, some welding, that sort of thing, just, very low cost. And then we'll need a bit of working capital to put it back into production. And the timeline for getting that done, we've been messaging to folks that mid-2025 we would be back in production, and it's single-digit millions to achieve that.
So the La Parrilla project in production from 2005 to 2019 under First Majestic. What was the production level like, and what were the costs like?
Also, over the history of First Majestic operating the mine, they averaged around 3.5 million ounces per year of silver equivalent production, and we're targeting around 3 million ounces. And as well, they had cash costs sub $10 US. So that is very, very good. And obviously with inflation, it'll be higher, but it was always a very profitable mine.
Okay, fantastic. And robust economics, I imagine, at these higher silver prices as well.
Absolutely. With the silver price going, plus $30, and some projected that it's going, even higher than that, up to, there's some literature out there that says it's going to 50 and higher. But even at today's prices, that's a tremendous amount of cash flow for a company of our size. So, again, an excellent entry point for investors.
Okay, fantastic. And could you walk us through, between now and say mid-2025, what are the key milestones that are going to signal to people that we're on track for that timeline? What are the hurdles you need to overcome to get back into production?
So as we acquired it, it was fully permitted. And so the idea was we just need to drill up more resource and develop a mine plan, and then we can turn on the switch, put it back into production. So when we closed the transaction in August of 23, we immediately started drilling. We've had 7 news releases out since then, and they're pretty much all fantastic. And and so all of that drilling will inform the new mine plan, and then the new mine plan is the basis for the restart for 2025.
Okay, fantastic. And I know you had some of those drill results published just a week or two ago. Can you tell us, what are you seeing there, and is it in line with expectation?
So the sulfide cutoff grade, and this is all underground drilling that we've been doing, the sulfide cutoff grade is 125 grams per ton. And routinely with the drilling that we've been doing, we've experienced much higher than 125 grams per ton. You'll see in the news releases that there's several hits of 350, 400, 500, 900, and our best hole to date was 14.6 meters of over 1,800 grams per ton. So that's very nice. And we wanted to go back into the area where we found this higher grade material. And as we noted in a recent news release, it's in the Quebradillas area of the mines. So we'll look to do some more work in that area as we go forward.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you for that overview of La Parrilla project. Can we talk a little bit about the San Diego project? You're doing active exploration work there at the moment. How does that complement the work you're doing at La Parrilla?
So on the San Diego deposit, we've been doing a lot of work there in 2020 to 2022. We had several drill programs. There are 210 million ounces that are already in a 43-101. That was published in 2013, and that was based on 33,000 meters of drilling. We've since done over 8,000 meters of drilling on San Diego, and we are currently looking at surface mapping and developing some additional targets. So we're not as active on San Diego right now as we were in the past, as the focus currently is get the drilling done on La Parrilla, get it back in production, but we'll be looking to get more active on San Diego in the near term.
Okay, excellent. Earlier this year, you closed a $6 million plus financing. Eric Sprott came in for around half of that, $3 million. Financing was done at 11 cents. Stock is significantly above that now. Where does that leave you in terms of your cash position for the rest of the year, and how is that money going to be spent?
So thank you. We announced the financing in the beginning of March. We were looking to only raise $2 million. What we told the market is we wanted to go back in and do some more work in that high-grade zone in the Quebradillas mine that we had found. And so that was what we wanted the money for. And as we went out to raise that $2 million, we were so well oversubscribed, we upsized it to $3 million. And then Eric Sprott, he wanted to participate, so he wanted to do $3 million as well. So we ended up with over $6 million, and we were still way oversubscribed. We could have done $10 million, but we cut it off at $6 million.
Yeah.
And, we wanted $2 million, we ended up with $6 million, so it's a lot more dilution than we wanted. But that money has allowed us to be fully funded for the drilling that we need to do throughout the year.
Okay, fantastic. And I mean, the last couple of months, we've seen silver really run up. Equities a little bit behind, but overall your sentiment's starting to turn a little. How do you see the rest of the year playing out for silver and silver explorers and producers?
So good question. We've had a couple of years up until the recent changes where it's been pretty tough for our junior explorers and junior developers. And, as the silver price has improved, now it's running over $30 an ounce. It's made a big difference for a number of companies in this space. And so you can see with even with the recent run-up, a lot of the juniors, including our silver company, can easily double from here. So it's a good entry point for investors. And especially the companies that are going to be going towards cash flow in the near future, like us. It's a very good time for investors to get into the name.
Great, and I think yeah, we're seeing an interesting opportunity with commodities running up and equities lagging. If you are able to time it and believe that those commodity prices are here to stay, then certainly a good opportunity for entry into the market. Just to wrap up, can you give us a sense over the rest of the year for Silverstorm? What can investors expect in terms of updates and news flow?
So we will continue to put out a drilling news flow throughout the year. And then closer to the end of the year, we'll do some technical studies that will support the restart of the mine next year. So it's a lot more drilling as we move forward, and then look for news releases talking about the restart of production in 2025.
Okay, fantastic. Well, an exciting note to end on. Greg, great to chat with you today.
Thanks, James.